if you become irrelevant tomorrow, will you still be able to earn from your online efforts? What's up, y'all? Quick chat. I was just thinking about something and I wanted to kind of come and talk about it. I noticed that a lot of times people don't talk about this, and I really think this is an important part of being a content creator if you want to last in this industry. So we kind of have stages of being a creator, right? If you're anything like me, you started off in this space and you wanted to do the influencer thing, you know, get all the followers and work with brands and have all the online friends and do all that thing. And then there's a phase to where you kind of get tired of that. Okay, you grow out of that space to where you want to be on that hamster wheel of content creation and continuing to just create and create and create and create and, you know, do all the things that's required to stay the girl, you know, of the moment. And you kind of go into this phase where it's just like, you know, I just kind of want to create my content and go, you know, I don't really want to have to do all the rah and go and like and comment and just follow, just all the things, you know, follow the trends, and everybody starts to doing it, and there's a bunch of clones out here and no one's original anymore, and we're just redoing other people's content. You kind of get tired of that, right? And you move into this phase to where you just want to kind of give your value so that you can impact the people that God has for you to impact and do your thing, right? It becomes more than about, you know, your legacy and the impact and all that, at least for me. Okay. And then after that, I know there's going to be a time where it's just like, okay, what's next in life? And I'm tired of this in general. So if you want to have any kind of staying power and you want to ensure that you have the ability to learn through, you have the ability to earn throughout all of those phases, I think it's so important to make sure that you are creating the type of content that allows you to step away when you're not just feeling like being on the hamster wheel, or you're done with creating the content, or you're ready to move on to something else and you can't create as much as you used to create. It is so important to create the type of content that allows you to do that. And I don't think enough people talk about that, right? So say for instance, you know, you have to take a month off of creating content. Think about this. Is your business going to fail if you decide to take a month off? Like, will you be down to zero income if you decide to take a month off? If you're posting on Instagram and TikTok all day and you're the girl and you're getting the brand deals and all that stuff, if you become irrelevant tomorrow, will you still be able to earn from your online efforts? If the answer to that is no, I really want you to consider creating evergreen content on a search-based platform. That is something that not that many people talk about, and I don't know why, because it really does give you more of a peace of mind that you will be able to create a cushion for yourself, that in the event you need to step away or you just decide you're done, it gives you a cushion to where you can have time to decide what's next. Coming from a person that's been doing this 6 years and has stepped away from social media for going on 2 years, I want to tell you how important this is. So what I mean by creating evergreen content on a search-based platform, let's first talk about the evergreen part. So if you're out here and you're doing the Instagram and the TikTok thing, absolutely amazing. You are it, girl. You are that girl. Okay. All the things. But I really think it's important for you to make sure that you're creating content on a search-based platform that complements that content that you're creating over on these platforms that is here for an hour. Maybe your post will last 2 days, but after that, it's gone. And if you're not creating anymore, sorry for you. You need to think about a way that you can move that content over on a platform like YouTube. Even better than YouTube, your own blog. You all know I am an advocate for owning your own platform, having a corporate headquarters where people can come and find you and your content and everything that you're about and what you sell and what you do. Okay, it is so important to have a corporate headquarters. To me, that corporate headquarters needs to be a blog. Yes, a website website is cute. It's cute and everything. But it's like, if you don't have a blog, a place to provide that evergreen content that we're going to talk about in a moment here, then your website serves no purpose. And the only thing that you're doing is just having a place for people to come and they can see what you offer, right? They can see who you are and what you are about, but then they won't be able to build that know, like, trust factor in you, because there is nothing there in order to do that for them, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is, when you provide content online, the reason we all are creating content online is to build a relationship with an online audience, correct? And we create this content so that people get to know us better. They trust that what we're saying is true, and that who we are is true, and that our intentions are true, and that we know what the heck we're talking about, especially when you're in the education space like me and you do teaching and you really just want to pour back into other people and share what you know and your knowledge with those people. That's the point of creating the content, is so that people begin to know, like, and trust you, and then in hopes that they would frequent your business and purchase these things that you're offering and join your group programs and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you have a website that is not providing that value, where you're not creating content, it will be hard for someone to do that through your website without having some sort of content that you can give them. Now, podcasts work great for this as well, because people also can find podcasts via search engines like Google, right? So what I mean by a search-based platform, it needs to be a platform in which someone can go and search up something. How do I create a post on Instagram? And they need to be able to find you and your content when they do that, okay? These are platforms like, number one for me, I'm always going to tell you, have your own blog. That it's just non-negotiable. It's not a negotiable. You absolutely have to have this in your repertoire if you're trying to be a creator CEO. Okay, there's people out here trying to be influencers. There's people out here just creating content. But if you want to be the CEO of your creator career, you need to have a headquarters. You need to have a blog, period. Secondly, it's important to have an email list. You need to create an email list of people to where you can contact those people if need be. If these platforms go to tripping like they always seem to do, where you can get in contact with your people and simply say, hey, you know, they shut down my Instagram account. Come holler at me over here on the newsletter, or check me out over here on the blog, or I'll be on the YouTube channel. You need to have a place to be able to do that with them, and connect with them when you have something new to offer that's going to provide value to them. Your day ones, your 100 true fans, your 1,000 true fans, your true people who are really there for you, they would be happy for you to do that, and they would love to join your email newsletter, and they appreciate those updates, right? Next, when we talk about creating on search-based platforms, YouTube is an amazing space. This is still somebody else's stuff. Now, a blog and an email list is going to be yours. Nobody can take that. Nobody can control that but you. But then the next best solution, hands down, is YouTube. It's run by Google. Same thing I was talking about before. People can find your content because they're constantly serving your content out to other people, right? They're constantly showing you. You're showing up in the algorithm. People are finding you. That is important when you want to create staying power for yourself, when you want to create an opportunity beyond a brand deal, beyond Instagram and beyond TikTok. That is important. A platform that is showing your content to people a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years after you have created it. This YouTube channel, I have videos that I created 3 years ago that are still getting multiple views a day on this channel. And that's what I mean when I'm talking about search-based platforms that actually has staying power. Beyond YouTube, you want to look into Pinterest. Pinterest is absolutely amazing for this as well, but ultimately you want it to be a space where people can find you even if you're not creating. And those are the platforms that have that search, based ability in them, where people can come and they have a search intent, and that platform can say, hey, this video is great for what you're looking for, and they can show them your content. Obviously, your blog does this because Google, the biggest search engine on the web on the web today, they will land on your blog. But then once you decide to go on those search-based platforms, you need to be creating evergreen content. Oh, I done turned on the computer. Evergreen content. This looks like things that when people do search, they can find you. What do you talk about? Are you the fashion girl? Are you the fashion girl over on Instagram and TikTok? Consider creating a YouTube channel or a blog, if not both, that gives out tips that are going to last. How to create a capsule wardrobe over 30, how to, look good on a budget. You do things like that people are going to be looking for. How to style your bob, 5 styles for a bob, whatever. Consider creating things like that in addition to, this trendy content that you're creating right now, because this is going to give you staying power, because this will allow people to continue to find you even after that post that you created over there on that social media platform is done and over with. This is something that allowed me to step away from social media for the last year and a half right now and still be able to be home with my babies full time, because when you create that evergreen content on those search-based platforms, this is basically like planting seeds. And if you know anything about farming and planting seeds, which my knowledge of that is very minimal, but what I do know is that for one, all you need is a seed, like a mustard seed size, seed, planting them on multiple search-based platforms, and eventually those seeds begin to grow into views. Those views begin to grow into supporters. Those supporters grow into income. Okay. Or that traffic grows into people that just are looking for something. And then that grows into the income by way of affiliate links and affiliate marketing, by way of digital product purchasing, by way of traffic that pays you in ads and things like this. This is what we need to think about more of as content creators, and less on how many followers we got on what specific platform. We need to be thinking more about planting the seeds so that we can be here for longer, even when we don't want to do this no more. Okay, even when you go a month and situations arise and you cannot post, or you decide, I'm tired of this, and you want to take a year off, or you decide, I'm moving on to the next career and I want to be a mortgage broker, or whatever the situation is. So if you've ever learned anything from me, take this from me. I promise you. Create evergreen content on a search-based platform so that you can have more staying power and do this for longer than you probably imagined. Or even if you're not doing this, you're making money from the efforts that you did 3 years ago and 5 years ago, and you will continue to get a check for years to come.